Michael, a frequent business traveler, checks into a hotel for an overnight stay. Exhausted from a long day, he quickly settles into his room on the top floor. The atmosphere feels slightly off, but he brushes it off as fatigue. As he prepares to sleep, he notices his suitcase has moved slightly from where he left it. Thinking he just misremembered, he ignores it. But as he lies in bed, he hears faint whispers. They seem to be coming from inside the room. He checks the bathroom, closet, and under the bed. Nothing. At around 3 a.m., Michael wakes up to the feeling of someone breathing heavily beside him. His body is paralyzed in fear. Slowly, he turns his head and sees a dark shadow looming over him, its hollow eyes staring. The entity whispers his name. Michael jolts up and turns on the light. But there is no one there. Too shaken to stay, he checks out immediately. The hotel receptionist sees his pale face and simply nods, as if she knows exactly what happened. Later, he discovers that years ago, a man had died in that very room under mysterious circumstances. James, a young truck driver, is driving on a deserted highway late at night. It's raining heavily, and the road ahead is barely visible. Suddenly, he spots a woman in a white dress standing on the side of the road. Drenched from the rain, feeling sorry for her, he pulls over and offers her a ride. She silently nods and gets in, barely speaking. She gives him an address, and James continues driving. He notices her shivering and offers his jacket, which she takes with a small smile. As he nears the destination, James glances over, and the seat is empty. His jacket remains, but the woman is gone. Shocked, he stops the truck and rushes to the house she mentioned. An elderly woman answers the door. When James describes the girl, her face pales. "That's my daughter," she says, her voice trembling. "She died in an accident on that highway I did 20 years ago." James looks at his passenger seat in horror, the jacket still resting where she had sat. Lisa, a single woman in her mid-30s, moves into a new apartment. At first, everything seems normal, but over time, she starts feeling uneasy, as if someone is always watching objects in her apartment begin shifting places, and she finds her front door slightly open some mornings, even though she always locks it. One night, she wakes up to a strange rustling sound but sees nothing. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Lisa installs a hidden camera. The next morning, she reviews the footage. Her blood runs cold. Around 3 a.m., her closet door creaks open, and a man crawls out. He watches her sleep for hours before slipping back inside the closet. Lisa immediately calls the police. They arrive and search the apartment, opening the closet. A thin, disheveled man is curled inside, staring at them, with a grin. He had been living in her apartment for weeks, watching her every night. Some stories are more than just urban legends. Whether it's a lingering spirit, an entity from beyond, or a real-life horror lurking in the shadows, true fear comes from what we cannot see, until it's too late. In a small village, a cat named Whiskers discovered a magic fish in a pond. The fish promised 3 wishes in exchange for its freedom. Whiskers wished for endless fish, a cozy bed, and a bell that rang softly. The fish granted all 3 wishes and swam away, leaving Whiskers content and purring in the sun.